Hello, no, bro. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Srivatsa.
Hmm.
You're ready?
Yes.
Okay, please tell me what we discussed in last class.
So in last class, we discussed about stuff like
Hmm. You haven't gone through that?
I don't know,
We
in
have
biology.
seen, yeah,
Oh,
we have,
cells, animal cells.
oh, okay. So we have seen about the improvement in food resources, about the types of crops. Okay, about the types of crops and the fertilizers. So what type of crops we discussed in last class? So first
Uh,
one, cereal crops. So these are the food sources of carbohydrates. And then pulses are rich in proteins. Then coming to the oil seed crops, which produces oil. Then vegetable and fruit crops. Finally, fodder crops. So these are like different types of crops we discussed. Okay. And in the crop growth, we use fertilizers. So what type of fertilizers? Mostly we use NPK. What is NPK? Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is supplied for the healthy growth of the plant. Okay, so we have seen both advantages and disadvantages of the fertilizer. So what are the advantages we have seen? Fertilizers are easily available, easy to store, and less cost. Okay, and it helps in healthy growth of the plant, that is in proper development of leaves, stem, roots, and everything. So what are the disadvantages? So if these fertilizers are washed away with water before it is absorbed into the soil, so it may lead to water pollution. That is the first disadvantage. And then continuous use of fertilizers in any area also, it is destroying the soil fertility as well as the microorganisms. Okay. And we have also seen that so you can use fertilizers for short term benefits, but to get but for long term benefits you can opt for the manure. So what is manure? Manure is generally the waste material. Mostly it contains like
Just a
animal
second, ma'am.
excreta.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Let's do.
Okay. So long-term benefit for the long-term benefits, you can opt for um, manure. So based on this, a new type of farming is introduced, that is organic farming. In organic farming, the fertilizers of minimal or else no use of fertilizers are used here. Okay. So
Yeah.
here organic manures are used as well as biofertilizers, biopesticides are used without using harmful chemicals. So from the mm, like from blue-green algae, from the neem, so these are prepared, so these are used. Okay. And following healthy cropping systems like mixed cropping, intercropping, crop rotation is also followed. So what are these? That we will learn in detail in further classes. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so in the growth of plant, so we have discussed that fertilizers are used. What else are used? Please tell me, if you want to grow a plant, what are needed for a plant?
If you want to what?
You want to grow a plant, what you give to that plant?
Like, it should take sunlight, ma'am.
What?
It should take sunlight,
Okay, then
and you should give water.
yeah, you have to give
You
water.
should put
Like
water to it.
yeah, sunlight is natural phenomenon. It is abstracted. Sunlight is used by the plant. Okay, it's a natural phenomenon. But water, we have to water it. So when you are going like a crop, like group of plants, you are growing in an agricultural land. So we instead of waiting for the rains, we use water supply there. So supplying water to the crop plants by means of how we are going to supply, by means of using any canals, by tanks, by tube wells, by wells, reservoirs, etc. So this process of supplying water is called as irrigation. Okay. So next term we are going to learn is irrigation. So what is irrigation? Irrigation is nothing but the watering process. So watering which is done based on, so irrigation, the process of supplying water to crop plants in fields by means of, how we are going to supply, by means of canals, reservoir, reservoirs, wells, tube wells, etc. Okay, this is called as irrigation. Please read. Srivatsa, what is irrigation?
Oh, the process of supplying water.
Mm.
So supplying water to crop plants.
Mm.
So to crop plants in the fields by means of canals, reservoirs, I think, wells. how much tube wells come, etc. I mean,
Yeah. So by means of canals, reservoirs, wells, tube wells, etc. So this process is called as irrigation. Generally, when you take in India, the farmers are mostly dependent on the rain. Okay, but nowadays you can see that there is no like proper. So in the rainy season, you are not expecting much rains or too much of rains. Okay, so these are the conditions because of which these irrigation practices are followed. Okay, these are practiced. So they are using wells, ponds, canals, etc. nearby, and they're using them for the process of cultivation. Okay,
mm,
so what are the resources available for agriculture purposes are, so let's see the irrigation resources. Different irrigation resources are, so what are those? In that we can discuss first one is wells. So what are wells, Srivatsa? What is a well?
like water will be supplied, is kept in a well,
Water is kept in a well.
like animals.
So these are constructed wherever groundwater is present for irrigation. So you can see well is nothing but in Telugu we say bavi. Yes.
Mm.
So whenever you construct any house, you could have seen a bore is being done in that area. So bore vesaru. So these terms are used.
Bore వేశారు.
Yes. So where that particular bore is being done, like that process is done, wherever water is there. First, they will check for the quantity of water in that particular land, and wherever you find more water, there you will go for the bore. Okay. After that, you will construct a well there. Okay. So where wells are constructed, these are constructed. These are constructed wherever groundwater is present for irrigation. Wherever groundwater is present for irrigation. Okay. So there are two main. So in the wells, we can discuss like two categories. So what are those in the wells? We can discuss about dug wells. So dug wells are in these wells, water is collected from bearing a strata. So this water is lifted by mechanical means like bullock operated devices. So you use certain devices to pull the water. So in that first one, dug wells. So what are dug wells? In these wells, water is collected from water bearing strata. In this, water is collected from water bearing. So after discussing all these types, I will show you the pictures. Water bearing strata. So this water is lifted by means of mechanical devices. Okay. So first one is dug well. Second one is tube well. So here in tube wells, what we do is we use certain pumps, okay, to pull water.
Did you ask me something or did you ask me something?
No. Okay, I'll add a picture here. So what is a tube well and what is an open? Can you see? Have you ever seen these?
Yeah.
So one is tube. With the help of tube you can pull up. So one is tube well. The other one is your open well. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm adding one more picture.
Nothing. Nothing, mommy. No.
So see here. This is dug well. This is a norm. Which way you could have seen this one? This
Yeah.
is dug well. Okay. If a tube is used in extracting that water, it is called as tube well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me remove this. This one. So what are tube wells? In these wells, water can be lifted from deeper strata using pumps. In these wells, water can be lifted from deeper strata using pumps. Understand? What is the
Yeah.
difference between dug well and tube well?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is canal. So next category is canals. Canals are also used for irrigation. Can you see the picture here? Canal
Yeah.
picture. So these are usually, it is like very extensive method used. In this system, canals receive water from the reservoirs like dam or from the, wherever the nearest river, whatever the water source is there. From that, these canals are going to get water. So the main canal is divided into other branched canals which have distributaries to irrigate field. You can see that each in the form of a distribution is given to each row and it is going to a crop field. Okay.
Yeah.
So second category is canal. So first we have seen about wells, second category is about canals. So what is canal? In this system, canals receive water from reservoirs like dam or from rivers. Okay.
Yeah.
So the main canal is divided into other branch canal.
You did ask me something?
No.
Oh, you're just explaining. Okay.
Yeah, other branch canals. You're sleeping. You're sleeping, Srivatsa.
No, I'm not.
Okay, divided into other branch canals. That have further distributaries. To irrigate fields. Understand what is a canal? So canal is the, see, canal receives water from reservoirs or rivers and it is distributing to the field. Okay.
Yeah.
So next one, river lift system. Um, river lift system, let me mention. And tanks.
Hmm.
Can you see this? The first one is going to be river lift system. This is river lift system. So what is river lift system? So this is the method where canal flow is insufficient or irregular due to insufficient reservoir. So here water is directly drawn from the rivers for supplementing irrigation in areas. So directly water is drawn from the rivers and it is supplied to like it is supplied to the crop. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can write river lift system is used to draw water. So river lift system is used to draw water from the rivers directly for irrigation purpose. To draw water from the river directly for irrigation purposes. Okay. So this system is successful in areas where canal system is not successful. If canal system is not working, then you can directly go for the river lift system. So this system is successful in the areas where canal system is unsuccessful. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So this is about river lift system. So what do you understand in the river lift system? Please read this, Rivatsa. What is river lift system?
Mm. Sorry, what list? is to draw water to the river directly for irrigation purpose.
Hmm.
The system is successful in the areas where cannon system is unsuccessful.
Hmm. Understand what is river
Yeah.
lift system?
Yes.
Okay. The next one is about tanks. The next system is about tanks. So the fourth one is tanks. So these are the tanks. So where water is stored. Okay. So tanks are like small storage reservoirs. So where water is stored. So farmers often use small storage reservoir, okay, for water supply in small fields. So farmers often use small storage reservoir that can store as well as supply water in small fields. That can store as well as supply water in small fields. Understand about tanks? Tanks are like storage containers, okay, which can store water as well as they can supply water in small fields.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
so what are the types of reservoirs we have seen? What are the different irrigation resources we have seen? First one is well. So what are wells? Wells are constructed wherever groundwater is present. So wells are of two types. What are the two types? One is dug well. So what is dug well? In this water, Srivatsa, please read this and explain to me so that I can know to how much extent you understand.
Irrigation resources are one wells. These are constructed wells. These are constructed wherever groundwater is present for irrigation.
Hmm.
So dug wells. So
Hmm.
so in the water, uh, in this water is collected from water bearing strata. So this water is lifted by means of what do you call that? Means of
Hmm.
I don't know. Yes,
Mechanical devices.
mechanical device. So two wells.
Hmm.
In this wells, so
Hmm.
water can be lifted from deep strata
Hmm.
using pumps.
Hmm.
So,
Next. So what do you understand by dug well? Tell me, what are dug wells?
so it's like dug wells, right?
Hmm. What are dug wells? Dug wells are what happens,
So the wells are
Srivatsa?
just what happened?
Please explain to me what do you understand?
So it's like dug wells are wells. Dug wells are wells where bodies are there, right? Inside that, dead bodies. Dug wells.
What are there?
Like mechanical devices, right? In these wells, water can be lifted from deeper strata using pumps, right?
You said bodies. What bodies, Srivatsa?
Oh, sorry, I thought the dead bodies they'll be buried
Where?
in the dug well.
In cinemas, you have seen it films. Huh? So we are talking about the agriculture practices, the irrigation. So these are like water resources. In the duck well, you can see at the bottom there is water. So water is pulled up and those are used. Whereas in tube wells, you can see that the tubes like pumps are being used here. Okay, that is tube well. Next about canals. So what are canals? So these are the canals. So what canals receive? The canals receive water from reservoirs or rivers and the distributed fields. Okay. Next one, next type. What is the next type we have seen? The third one is river lift system. Please read about river lift system. You're
So,
reading?
river lift system. So,
Mhm.
uh, river lift system is used to draw water from a river directly for irrigation purpose, right? So, for this, so,
Mhm.
so, so this system is successful in the areas where canal
Mhm.
system is unsuccessful, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, next
uh,
category.
I feel high. So farmers often use um, interior. Sorry, farmers often use list of small storage reservoir, right? That can
Mm.
store as well. That can store as well as supply water in a small fields. Supply water in small fields. Small
Mm.
fields.
Okay. So these are about the different types of resources, irrigation resources. Next, modern techniques. Now, which techniques? These are like older techniques which are followed. So now, modern techniques of irrigation. So what are the modern techniques of irrigation? In this, the first one is rain harvesting technique. So let me add a picture of rain harvesting technique.
Yes, harvesting technique, like kind of.
In this, the first one is rainwater harvest. So what is rainwater harvesting? Instead of just letting the rainwater flow away, so what farmers do is they often store it in the reservoir tank. This water is further used for agriculture purposes. So you can see that the rainwater is being collected and stored here. Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of just letting the rainwater to flow, okay, instead of just letting the rainwater to flow away, farmers often store it in the reservoir tank. Flow away, farmers store it in the reservoir tank. Okay, they store it in the reservoir tank. So this water can be used for irrigation purposes. This water can be used for irrigation purpose. Okay. Instead of just letting the rainwater to flow away, farmers, what they are doing, they are storing it in the reservoir tank, so which is further used for the irrigation purpose. Please read what I mentioned, Srivatsa, on the board.
Modern techniques of irrigation. So,
Hmm.
rainwater harvesting.
Hmm.
Oh, instead of just letting the rainwater to flow away,
Hmm.
so farmers store it in the reservoir tank.
Hmm.
So this water can be used for irrigation purpose.
Yeah, so this water can be used for irrigation purpose. So this is rainwater harvesting. So the next one is watershed management. So let me add a picture of watershed management. So next one is watershed management. So what is watershed management? So small dams are built on the rivers and streams in order to increase the ground levels of the area. Okay, so these
Yeah.
dams, they prevent water from flowing away and causing soil erosion. You could have seen dams everywhere on the rivers. Yes. So
Yeah.
whenever, so what dam do based on the water level, dams are like opened and they are closed. Okay, so
Yeah.
these dams, uh, because of the presence of dams, so what dam, if water level is high, so dams like they close the walls. So because of that, more amount of water is not flow, like it doesn't reach to the soil, and there is no soil erosion. What is soil erosion? Soil erosion is nothing but the loss or washing away of the upper rich layer of the soil is called as soil erosion. Okay,
Yeah.
so small dams are built on the rivers and streams. Small dams are built on the rivers and streams. On the rivers or streams. Okay, in order to increase the ground levels of the area. In order to increase the ground levels of the area. Okay, so these check dams prevent water from flowing away and causing soil erosion. So these check dams.
Like ma'am, on
Hmm.
top of like bread, they're putting like some sauce. It's like that green color sauce. Very nice. Like that, right?
Yeah. You have
On bubble.
watched a movie, recent movie like Pushpa.
Yes, I
So in
know.
that, yeah,
Sandalwood.
yeah. In that they use dam. They close the dam, they open the dam.
Yeah, but not that I'm speaking. I'm not speaking about that. I thought that it's like they're spreading
Bread.
pesto on
Yeah,
bread.
yeah.
Bhagwan.
It is
Sourdough
like that.
bread.
Yeah.
Sourdough bread.
Yes. So these check dams prevent water to flow away and
Mm.
also soil erosion. Okay, so instead of, so it doesn't allow water to go away, as well as prevent the soil erosion. So what is soil erosion? What I told you, soil
It's
erosion
like a
is,
soil. like more soil.
No. Soil erosion is like
Soil,
removal
it's
of,
like pollution of soil.
so removal of upper layer, that is the nutrient rich layer of the soil, is called a soil erosion. If you are going on, like if more amount of water, so when you talk about the flood case, so when you receive floods, because of that, the higher the like the upper rich layer of the soil goes away with that water. So in the flood areas, you could have seen that crop management, like crop development, is very low because of that. So because of the soil erosion. Okay, please read what is watershed management,
Yes,
Srivatsa.
yes. So watershed management.
Mm.
Small dams are built on
Mm.
the rivers and streams in order to
Mm.
like increase the ground level of the area, right?
Mm.
So these check dams mm, prevent water, right?
Mm.
So water to flow away and also soil erosion.
Yeah. Understand about watershed management. In the
Yeah.
recent techniques, in the modern techniques, we have discussed two. One is rainwater storing method, that is rainwater harvesting method, where rainwater is stored for the future use. Okay. So instead of wasting the rainwater, what farmers are doing, they are storing that rainwater and they are using for the irrigation purposes when water is like scarcity of water arises. In that case, they are going to use it. Okay, next one is watershed management. So what is watershed management? In this, small dams are built on the rivers and stream in order to increase the ground level of area. So these dams, they prevent the flow of water and soil erosion. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the advantages of irrigation? So irrigation, like it has like many advantages. So water supplied by irrigation supplies hydrogen and oxygen elements to the crop plants. Okay, because of irrigation, irrigation is nothing but giving water to the plants. So if because of irrigation, you can see that the soil is maintained moist, and which is very useful for the germination of the seeds. Okay, and cultivation can be done round the year if there is irrigation practices. Like I told you, um, crops need water, right? If you are
Yes.
doing irrigation, if you are doing agriculture practice throughout the year, so throughout the year you need water. But if you rarely depends upon, if you purely depends upon the rainwater, in that case, your agriculture, your cultivation is going to be waste there. So what we can do is, if you follow irrigation, so water supply will be for the throughout the year. So you can use that simply. You can follow the irrigation methods and you can cultivate throughout the year. Okay. Next, irrigation helps. This irrigation practices helps the soil also. It loosens the soil. It moists the soil. It helps in elongation and growth of the roots. Okay. Next, it is supply of water by irrigation is regular. So it doesn't matter if the rainfall is like if the rainfall is on time, it is seasonal or not. Okay. Next, modern multi-purpose dams not only provide water for irrigation, but also they control floods and generate hydroelectric power. So these are certain advantages of irrigation. So we can write down the advantages. Okay, so advantages of irrigation.
Mm.
So what are the advantages of irrigation? So first advantage we can say is um, water supplied by irrigation supplies hydrogen and oxygen elements to the crop plants. Okay, water supplied by the irrigation provides hydrogen and oxygen to the crop plants. Okay. And next, irrigation helps the soil it helps to loosen the soil and makes the soil moist. Irrigation loosen the soil, makes it moist, which is helpful for germination of seeds. Okay, so irrigation loosen the soil, it makes it moist, which is helpful for germination of seeds. Okay, this is one of the advantage. The other advantage we can discuss is cultivation can be done throughout the year. Cultivation can be done round the year and not during the rainy season alone. And not during the rainy season alone. Okay. Next, supply of water by irrigation is regular and reliable. Supply of water through irrigation is regular and reliable. Okay, supply of water through irrigation is regular and reliable. Okay, and modern multi-purpose dams not only provide water for irrigation but also control floods and generate hydroelectric power. Modern multi-purpose dams not only provide water for irrigation but also control floods and generate hydroelectric power. But also control floods and hydroelectric power. Okay. Clear? You're listening, Srivatsa?
Yeah.
Okay, please read the advantages of irrigation.
So, irrigation using the soil makes it moist, which is helpful for germination of seed. The cultivation can
Start
be
reading from the beginning. Advantages of irrigation.
advantage of irrigation. Water supplied by irrigation provides hydrogen and oxygen to the croplands. So irrigation loosen the soil, makes it moist, which is helpful for germination of seeds. So cultivation will be done round the year and not during the rainy season.
Next.
So supply of water through irrigation is regular and reliable.
Next.
So for modern multi-purpose dams not only provide water for irrigation but also control floods and hydroelectric power.
Yeah. So these are certain advantages of irrigation. So what is drought, Srivatsa? Have you ever heard about the term drought?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, what it means?
It's like floods.
No, floods are different from drought. Floods is the condition where water,
No,
excessive
drought
water.
is also like a weather problem, but drought is like maybe too much of weather, like
Yeah,
almost like
no water, no water.
no.
So land will get dry
But
up.
what is instead of drought? What do you think tsunamis are?
What?
No, but rather than drought, what do you think tiramisus are? Hurricanes are?
Yeah,
Tufans are?
hurricanes are, yeah, those are different. Drought is the condition where water, scarcity of water arises. Because of
Very
that,
less water, very less water.
not very less, like no water at all. The land will dry up, no agriculture, no crops, okay? No
Yeah.
rainfall. Okay, so drought is the condition that occurs because of scarcity or irregular distribution of rains.
Oh, what do you think of storm is? Storm is also almost like that only, right? All those tsunamis, hurricanes.
Those are related with water. This is like insufficient water condition. So it is the condition,
Oh, this is the only odd one out, right?
yeah, it is the condition that occurs.
Where like water will become very less. If drought situations, people also like become like very dehydrated and very like
Yes,
they are no their situations like in the news not dehydration. They might like faint and die
yeah,
also due to
yeah, yeah,
droughts.
yeah, because of scarcity or irregular.
So there'll not even be water, right? If there's drought, it is not related to water at all.
Yeah. Water sound. Okay, that occurs because of scarcity or irregular distribution of rains. Okay.
Yeah.
So because of this, you can see because of poor monsoon, the crop is failure. So no agriculture. Okay. So no agriculture. So if you consider the soil, if you take the soil, if soil is light, so in that case, the soil doesn't hold the water. So if it doesn't hold the water, then easily like there is no possibility of water holding capacity in that soil. So that can experience drought faster. So now scientists, what they're doing, like they have developed a lot of crops which can withstand in the drought condition also. If you take like Rajasthan, in there is no like proper rainfall. You could have seen entire like sand, overall sand. So water scarcity. So those are, that is drought condition. So there also, there you cannot see crop cultivation in Rajasthan, right? You could have seen only some plants which are like xerophytes, like cactus is grown there. Okay, no cultivation. So light soils have less water retention capacity. So, in areas with light soils, crops get adversely affected. Crops get adversely affected by drought condition. Okay, so to withstand this drought condition, scientists have developed crop varieties which can tolerate drought condition. Some crop varieties were developed by scientists which can tolerate drought condition. Please read what I mentioned, Srivatsa. What is a drought?
What is the condition with because of scarcity, right? Scarcity.
Mm.
Scarcity or it is
Scarcity.
so scarcity or
Yeah.
irregular distribution, right, of grains
Mm.
of rains. I mean, so no agriculture like
Yeah.
soils have less water retention capacity in
Mm.
areas with light oils, right?
Light soils.
Right.
Mm. In areas with light soils.
So sorry, in areas with light soils, right?
Mm.
So crops get adversely affected by drought condition.
Mm.
Some crop varieties were developed by scientists, right?
Mm.
So it's like basically um,
Yeah, some crop varieties were developed by scientists.
sorry. So the run of crops get adversely affected by drought condition,
Mm.
right?
Mm. Next, some crop.
And then some crop varieties were
Mm.
developed by scientists with tolerate scientists with which can tolerate
Yeah.
right? Which can tolerate
Mm.
which can
Which
tolerate
can tolerate.
drought conditions, right?
Yeah, drought conditions. Understand what is a drought?
Oh yes, I do.
Mm?
Yes, I do. Yes, I
Yeah.
understand.
Okay, so what we discussed in today's class, we have discussed about the irrigation. What is irrigation and what are the types of irrigation? Okay, so what is
Yes.
irrigation? Irrigation is a practice of supplying water. In that we have discussed types. Okay, and
Yeah.
then
So what is that,
advantages of.
ma'am? Just a second. What is that? What do you think that is? Water was coming out of two holes on a brick bridge.
This,
This
yeah, directly river
this is
systems.
this is not drought, ma'am, because what it's related to water.
Yeah, it is flood. You can say like excess of water is flood condition, not drought.
So this is like water coming out of two holes, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Out of a brick, right? Yeah.
yes,
I thought it was brown. Oh, now I saw. It's like this. You can say like tsunami, right? At least,
yeah.
or it's a hurricane.
Hmm. It's like river condition. like river, from the river, water is coming out. Okay. So we can end for today. Meet you in
Thank
the
you,
next
ma'am. Thank you,
class.
ma'am. Really, thank you. Thank you. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you for this class. Bye.